all my nutty cheese logs. Welcome to another episode of Whatcha Packin. Joining me from Denver, Colorado, it is Nini Coco.
Hello. How are you, Michelle?
One of our 3 finalists.
Yeah. Blows my mind, but saw it coming at the same time. You know what I mean?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does it really blow your mind?
The goal was never to win per se. It was like get through each challenge, doing the best, and be proud of whatever happens. And then by the time we got close to the end, I was like, okay, wait, go for the crown, go for the win. But it was like a steady, just focus on the one thing in front of me and get there.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Don't run before you walk.
Yeah.
Don't put the cart before the horse.
Sure.
Right, so are you from Denver or you live in Denver?
I live in Denver now, but I grew up in Texas, raised in the Bible Belt, the whole thing.
Wow, what part
Yeah.
of Texas?
In the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
So did you get to spend any time checking out Dallas Drag? Because Dallas Drag is woo-wee!
I know. Yeah, the thing is, I was never even aware of drag growing up. It was just so outside. I would always kind of like tune in and watch Logo secretly and then flip the channel, So I didn't find out about drag until I moved to Austin and went to college and was meeting other queer people that were showing me the ropes and being
Did you go to UT?
I did, yeah.
Oh, so you're a smart one too.
I guess that's what they keep saying.
And what did you get your degree in?
I got my degree in mechanical engineering.
Wow. Let's go back to Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Your family knows that you're this queer little artistic kid?
Yeah. Growing up, I was in heels since I was a toddler and trying on my mom's clothes and telling her I want to be a girl and all this stuff. And I think that was always there.
Yeah.
And over time, you just kind of slowly realize that that's not always the way that the world wants you to walk through it. And so I was probably the biggest bully of myself and just closed off so many parts. But that artistic self was the through line that kind of pierced through all of that self-hate that kind of built up. And just letting that artistic self kind of fully bloom again has been the most amazing thing of becoming an adult and realizing I can do whatever the I want and make whatever I want out of these ideas that I have and these communities that I build. So
what I'm hearing is you talk about the shame, and I think there's a lot of shame in young queer kids who are told that it's not right to be gay or it's not normal or there's something wrong.
Yeah.
So it's amazing that you were able to kind of rewrite and reprogram, so to speak, and rewire the shame and come out as a victor on top of all that. So you're from Texas.
Yes.
And one of the first things I noticed immediately was your resemblance to another Texan, Alyssa Edwards.
yes, everybody when I'm in drag is that I've been mistaken for actual Alyssa.
Oh, it's a compliment.
Yes, but I'm like, she's glamazon, 6-something. Her drag is much more expensive than mine for now.
Different. You are definitely more cartoony. You are definitely more geometric.
Yes.
Alyssa's pageant, glamazon, shoulder pads, hair.
Yes.
But you two need to do something together.
Oh my God, please. Alyssa, let's do it.
How do you choose Denver?
So my boyfriend and I were living together at the time. Pandemic hits, world shifts, and I was like, let's go New York, let's go Chicago. And he was like, no, babe, let's go Houston or Miami. And I was like, no, babe. And then we ended up just being like, Denver?
Okay.
And it had the outdoors, it was not this huge city. It's been great.
Gorgeous city.
It's amazing.
So are you in with the Nina Flowers and the Evie Oddleys and all that crew?
I joined the drag scene pretty late, so I didn't start doing drag in Denver until 2023. I'm kind of in this newer generation of folks that have popped up.
And how long have you been doing drag?
Performing for two years.
So are
About
you
2.5
doing it
years.
full time or do you have a job?
No, I am employed. I have a 401k. I engineer by day, drag queen by night, very Hannah Montana.
Best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
Are you planning on staying in that?
I have put in the resignation. I have said,
You did.
divas, put the calculator down, pick up the wig brush. We're gonna go for it.
Okay.
I feel like so many queens can make drag work in a way that I was always afraid to.
Okay.
And I said, okay, if Drag Race calls, that is the sign, just give yourself over to drag. And that's what I'm doing.
How many times did you audition?
I have auditioned twice now, so this is the second time.
And you're in
And we're here.
the final.
It's crazy.
How does that feel for you, Nini Coco?
I'm so sappy and so sentimental. I'm like, it feels like a dream come true. It's so cliche, but I'm like, this is something that never felt possible. And then slowly and surely, I was like, I can do this. I'm capable of doing this. I can figure this out.
Excuse me, you won the first challenge.
Yeah, hey, hello.
And you won Snatch Game.
And Snatch Game.
As Sir David Attenborough.
Yes, tell me more. What else?
Well, I want to know how you came to that ridiculous choice of doing David Attenborough.
You know, a lot of the drag that I had been doing at the time was like, I was doing some of these environmental drag shows that were inspired by nature. And so I'm like,
Denver.
Very Denver. And I was putting David Attenborough narrations in my numbers. So
like actual David Attenborough.
Real David Attenborough. Don't sue me, girl. And
he won't.
At that point, I was like, wait, I could just do this as a character. And it's niche enough that everybody knows the voice, but they don't know the person per se.
So you could do anything.
Could do anything.
And you did.
And I did.
Yeah.
Made him a horny old man.
You did.
Hey.
Can I tell you why it worked?
Yes.
You were able to be present and be there for everything everybody was throwing at you. And that is what really worked for me as a judge. But for somebody who's only been performing for 2 years, to be able to do what you did, come out of the box, win the first challenge, win Snatch Game, and then send a whole bunch of bitches home.
Yep. Everybody has me blocked. They don't want to talk to me now because I stole their dream. Sorry, girls.
What inspires your drag? Because your drag is very uniquely you.
Yes, very unique. It's so quirky and you.
You know, there's types of drag, and you kind of don't fit into any of them, really. It's your own quirky sense of Nini Coco.
I think my drag is kind of... Kiki no-no. It's a drawing. It's my art style. Very graphic lines, big shapes, geometric. And I think that has just carried into my drag now, and it's about that visual impact when you first see it. It speaks for itself and just is in your face from the back of the room.
Nini loves a headpiece.
She does.
What's that about?
She loves the headpiece. She loves the structural thing. I think it's half because I could sew them down, or like I can whip around and it'd be fine. And then it's also just, I love doing interesting shapes that I haven't seen before and finding ways to make something stand on your body that shouldn't be able to do that.
Defying gravity.
Defying gravity, if you will. Yeah, I love it.
Let's talk about some of these gorgeous. We got to see all 3 of these.
Yes.
Looks. Let's talk about the pink one with the brain.
Yes, my very cerebral look.
Yes. See what she did there.
Yeah. And I thought it was cool. Like, I did this little internal organ and nobody else had kind of taken that point of view. But the reason I picked it was kind of my drag is this combination of the left brain, right brain, those two things mashed together. And so, you know, I don't think I'm super smart. It's not really how I feel, but I'm like, my brain is the thing that I think about the most. It is the thing that gives me the most anxiety and trouble. But at the same time, it allows me to create the things that I think of. So I was like, let me give a little nod to that girl.
I think it's kind of cool that you can be okay with being smart. Why would we shame? I think there is the left brain and the right brain, and you just happen to have, you have them both, kid.
You got them both, hey.
So let's talk about this middle one. Now this, to me, is like quintessential Nini Coco.
Yeah, this was actually one of the pieces I didn't make.
Oh!
Yeah, I know. It's an artist in the UK named Kate Tabor, and her whole thing is movement and color and silhouette, and it was just right in the lane of what I wanted to do because I think my drag kind of mirrors those things. This turned out to be a little more Teletubby than I was going for, but I was like, acid trip Teletubby girl, I'm there for it.
It was fun to look at. It moved. It still have a waist.
I remember when I walked out, I heard like a little gasp from the judges panel, so I was like, oh my God, wait. Wonder what they think about this. Do they love it? Do they hate it? I don't know.
So this last one I know you made.
Yes.
And you performed in this one.
I did.
That was not an easy choice for performing.
Well,
you didn't think about that?
This was every single look. Like the brain over there, the skirt comes off, she's ready to go. Like every look was ready to be lip synced in if I had to, except for this bitch. And I was like, if I get to the finale, of course I'm not gonna be lip syncing. Girl, they give me an improv challenge and I said, oh. Okay, at that point I was like, whatever has to happen to just be able to sell the song, we're gonna do it.
Well, you did.
I did, yeah. And lip syncing against Juicy in that final, she inspires how I perform. Like the way she moves is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Agreed.
And I was like, if I'm gonna take down this girl, it'll just have to be doing it my own way. I can't do all the flips and stunts that.
Oh,
I can.
Okay.
Wait, don't get it twisted.
You
I
did.
absolutely can, and will.
Were you a gymnast?
I was a gymnast as a kid. Yeah, in 6th, 7th grade.
Wait, 6th, 7th grade, and you can still do
6th, 7th
flips
grade.
like that?
Yeah. That's how I know I'm young, because I'm like, as long as I can still do a standing back tuck.
In drags.
In drag.
Yes.
But ankle's feeling it still every
Yeah.
now and then. I'm like,
So I
okay,
bet.
we might put that down for a bit.
So what would winning the title of America's Next Drag Superstar mean to you, Nini Coco?
I think it would mean that like creative person that I've always been is at my core and is true and is powerful. Art was always something that I liked and was able to kind of calm me and center me. And then I realized it can bring you to this entire other universe of collaborators and community, and that's where I've been finding the most joy is over these past couple of years, is just meeting community through drag and through art and through just doing crazy on stage. And like every day I get inspired by the people around me, and like that's the joy of it all. And so I want to continue to share that with people.
What would you do with the money?
Oh, house, car. I'm sorry, donate it all.
I am so proud of you. No matter what happens, you have been incredible this season.
Thank you, Michelle.
To watch you come out and do your thing and always be kind and always do it with a smile. You always seemed wonderful and genuine, and I love that about you.
Thanks, Michelle. And I feel like you really saw each of us. Not only saw us, but you gave us the real tea. But it's never mean. It's like, I can see what you need to do, and just thank you for that.
I want nothing but the most success for each and every one of you. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. And I think you're just the cat's meow, kiddo.
Thanks, girl.
I'll see you at the final.
Absolutely.
And this is it. It's a wrap on another season of Whatcha Packin. Of course, I couldn't and I wouldn't want to do it without each and every one of you. I love you. Mwah. Thank you. See you next year.
I see the sun shining bright, ain't a cloud in the sky. Yeah, it's a good day.
My tongue
Study.
pop is only 50-50 though. Like every
Same.
now and then, hold on, lube it up. See, that was so pathetic.
It's sometimes it works. It has to be dry.
Yeah.
Hey there, it's Michelle Visage. Do you say yay for gay? Well then join me and subscribe to RuPaul's Drag Race YouTube channel.